friends, how are you today? Good evening. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Faiza. I usually do true crime cases on my channel, but now I decided to also incorporate skincare and scary stories, and I just get on ready with you guys, you know, before I jump into bed. So with that said, today I have a new haunting story, and it's a folk tale from Somalia, where I'm from, and I thought to share this story with you guys because it's quite interesting, and let's get on ready together. I've seen this product everywhere on social media. Oh, I'm showing you the back. This one, I'm gonna try it for the first time. It's unscented cleansing oil by Haru Haru. Let me see how it removes my makeup. Okay, let me get into today's story because I could talk about skincare all day. In a small village surrounded by hills and deserts was a beautiful young woman named Hinda. She was known for her incredible beauty, her long black hair that sparkled in the sun. Her eyes twinkled like stars. She was gorgeous, okay? Hinda was loved by everyone, and her heart belonged to a young man named Abdi. And when they both met, it was instant in attraction. They were obsessed with one another, and that's cute, you know, love at first sight, a tale as old as time, you know. So that was happening. So Abdi was handsome and brave, and the pair shared a very deep love for one another. They were inseparable, and they knew they belonged together and nothing else mattered, you know. It was just two of them against the world, and they were happy. But that didn't last very long now, does it? Because if I'm telling this story, obviously something terrible has to happen. One day, a jealous man named Farah found out about Hinda's secret lover. And they weren't together like that, but Hinda kept her relationship a secret from everyone. Because things that you keep private, no one can ruin. However, in this case, they found out about her and Abdi. And Farah was very much in love with Hinda, you know. He was trying to court her, he was trying to, you know, marry her and start a family, but she obviously, her heart belonged to Abdi and she just wanted to be with him. Farah was angry and hurt, and he decided to tell Hinda's father on the relationship she was having with Abdi. Her father disapproved the relationship between her and Abdi, and he forbade her from seeing him again. Exactly what Farah wanted. Hinda's dad, he wanted Hinda to marry a wealthy man named Omar, just to restore the family's honor. And Hinda didn't even know who Omar was, so she was shipped off like cattle to marry Omar. She was like, I'm not doing that, I'm not having all of this. Hinda tried to reason with her father, and she's telling him, I want to be with Abdi, I love Abdi, please let me be with him, I don't want anyone else, he's the one. If you love me as your daughter, you would listen. She pleaded with him basically. He did not budge. He was stubborn like a donkey, and he made up his mind. So Hinda was obviously heartbroken, and she told Abdi about this. You know, everybody knows that we're together and my dad is trying to marry me to someone else. And Abdi was just so sad to hear this news, but they decided, instead of giving up on their relationship, they decided to run away together. Thinking, this is so romantic. He's so determined, you know. Would people do that nowadays? I don't know. They decided to meet under the baobab tree. This is where they met for the first time, and they decided to meet up for the last time so they could execute a plan on where they would run away to and what their next steps are and so on. This is a special place where they held their memories and so on. And I'm thinking, this is so cute. They have their own special place where it's just them, you know. That night, the moon was bright and Hinda waited under the baobab tree for Abdi to arrive, but he never showed up. Oh no. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Hinda didn't know, but Abdi was attacked by Farah and his henchmen basically. He hired some guys, some goons, to beat up Abdi, and he was fatally injured. As Hinda went out to look for him, she found him fatally injured. He was bleeding from the abdomen. He had gashes on his forehead, his chin. He was completely attacked. Hinda was devastated. She was beside Abdi, pleading with him to gain consciousness, and you know, he was just already gone. She was heartbroken. She felt like her life had no meaning, and she was like, what's the point of continuing? And she felt a sense of dread come all over her. Hinda made the tragic choice to walk towards a reservoir in the village, and she decided to drown herself. She drowned herself in grief and sorrow. The love she had for Abdi was true and it was genuine, and she decided to take her own life. However, it doesn't end there. The villagers soon found out about Hinda's death, and they were mourning, they were grieving over her. However, Hinda's spirit refused to leave. People were beginning to deal with a lot of paranormal activities, like Hinda's cries would be heard at night, and some villagers said that they saw a ghostly figure just moving around the trees, and her eyes were filled with sorrow. It was Hinda, and she was angry, she was pissed. Okay, I think this mask is dry now. Hinda's story became an example of forbidden love. It's a story about pain and sorrow and loss, grief. It kind of teaches you to keep what's important to you to yourself. Those that were encountered by Hinda's spirit are humbly reminded that you shouldn't get involved with other people's relationships and family ties. Over time, Hinda's story ran through many generations, especially about the boab tree. It still stands tall today, which is very interesting. That tree symbolizes love and happiness, and it represents their love story, essentially. Couples would visit the tree and honor Hinda and Abdi and their story and so on. They would leave flowers behind and just respect the dead, basically. Need to moisturize. This is a way to keep the tale alive among villagers that live in the area, and to show that Hinda and Abdi are never forgotten. And that is basically the end of today's story. I find the story very sad, but it's also like a learning experience, you know? Jealousy is such a powerful thing, and it just can ruin so many people's lives, you know? So guys, if you have a head full of hair, wear a bonnet. It will protect your hair. Thank me later. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Goodbye.